If you ever thought about or are planning to take Thai language school and do it through an education visa here in Thailand, that's what I'm doing. And I can give you the entire information on how it started and where it is right to this point. I'm working through a school called Sandee Thai Language School, and they've been extremely helpful helping with this whole process. So we're going to get into all of that right now. Are you ready? Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, I just got back home from the immigration office. So let me tell you the whole thing. So I took Grab to get there this morning because if I took the train, it would have taken me 2 hours. So I took a Grab and it showed about 1 hour and 10 minutes. I got in the Grab and as we were going, we ran into traffic. We're supposed to meet the administration people from the school at the immigration office at a certain meetup point inside at 9 a.m. Well, I kept looking at my Grab and the map, and it kept showing getting later and later and later for my arrival time. And it got to like 9:07 or 9:08. So I messaged the group chat in line, and I said, hey, I'm going to be late. There's traffic. But as soon as we got on the tollway, the highway, and finally got through all that traffic and got on the tollway, the arrival time jumped way back to 8:40 in the morning. So I got there in plenty of time. Finally found one of the other guys that is in my class. He and I met, and then we found where we were supposed to check in. And so what we did, and you can see in the video, we got in line, and the line was pretty long to get inside immigration. All right, so I'm here at immigration, waiting in this line here. It wraps all the way around, and then ends up there, and that's where I'll go in. And start the process. I got all my paperwork signed and got my passport. So it's the first step. But it only took about 10, 11 minutes to get through that line. So it went pretty fast. Okay, the first line is moving pretty fast. It only took about 10 minutes. And I'm right at the entrance. So we'll see what happens inside. Once we were inside, we had to go get a queue, a number, and we were supposed to be in the C1 area. That's where we checked in. So we got a queue for C1, and mine was 32. That was my number. So we went inside and we sat down where there were two booths set up to take people in the C1 area at the time, and they ended up opening another one, a third one, but there were two when we got there, and they were at like 8 or 9, so it was a pretty good wait. So probably I would say from about 9:20 till about 10:30 I waited, and they finally called my number. I was worried because the numbers weren't going through a lot of people very fast. And I was afraid that it would hit lunchtime and they would leave and then they'd come back and I'd have to wait until after lunch, which was the case for a lot of our students that came. But I got in, and once I got in, I had all the paperwork that I had signed, and I paid the 2,000 baht, which is about $60. All right, guys, I just got out of immigration, and didn't take as long as I thought it would. It's about 11 o'clock, so 2 hours total, maybe just a little more than 2 hours. But make sure if you're doing this kind of visa, make sure you bring your Thai phone, because they'll ask you to call a number from your Thai phone. to verify that you've got a phone number that's yours. So, so I got my my application here, my submission form. I paid my 2,000 baht, and I come back on the 14th, which is basically 2 weeks, and I'll get my approval stamp in my passport, and then we'll be good to go. But my education visa starts today with this, so everything's good to go. When I come back on the 14th, I'll get my stamp and my passport. Okay, so when I got done with immigration, instead of taking a Grab home, because the Grab cost about $15, and so that was a little expensive. But you see, I'm way on the south end of Bangkok in Samut Prakan district. They're way up north, the immigration office. So that's why it was such a long trip, and that's why it cost $15. I didn't want to do $30 for the whole day. So I thought, well, I'm going to take the trains back. So I got a bike. I got a Grab bike. It only cost 60 baht. Took the bike from the immigration office to 11th Infantry Division BTS station. And then from there, I just took the BTS the rest of the way. And it took about an hour, a little over an hour. So it wasn't bad. And it only cost 120 baht total with the Grab bike. So instead of $15, it only cost me about $3.50. So Cheap Charlie here, this guy, decided to save a little money. So, hey, it was all good. She gave me this blue paper, and this is it's called a submission form. So I got a stamp on the submission form. So I got to hold on to this. I can't lose it. And there's a date on this of October 14th. So it's basically 15 days from today. And I have to go back to the same office, same immigration office, Group C again, to get my actual approval stamp, my education visa stamp in my passport. So phase 1 is done, and then I'm just waiting for phase 2. Now, my 60-day tourist visa expires October 20th. So I'm well within that. So I come back on October 14th, and I'll get my education visa stamp. And then what I'll do is every 90 days, I have to extend it. So I have to go back into that immigration office and extend every 90 days. And then there was something that they mentioned in our group chat. Let me just read what they put in here as far as the procedure and the next steps to take. So here's what they said. They said, first of all, don't leave the group chat. Oh, and another thing, when you go in for this initial thing, make sure, and I think I mentioned it before in one of the videos, make sure that you bring your phone that's got your Thai phone number on it, because you're going to be required to dial a phone number on your Thai phone to prove that you've got that phone is yours. So make sure you bring your Thai phone with you. So I did that. So, and they'll also say if you change your phone number, your line ID, or your address, always inform the school. So come November, I'll be moving, so I'll have to inform the school, and I need to get a new TM30, which is a form that verifies your address. You must stay in Bangkok until you receive your education visa stamp. Immigration officers will take a photo with you at our school within 1 to 2 weeks after your visa application. Do not lose your blue receipt. It is required to get your education visa stamp on your result day, which is coming up on the 14th of October. What to do on your result day? Bring your original passport and blue receipts to the same immigration office. Get a queue number for counter C. After receiving your education visa, bring your passport to our office within 1 week. No need to pay a fee on the result day. So I already paid my 2,000 baht. If you plan to leave Thailand, so this is important if I wanted to take a trip somewhere. If I plan to leave Thailand, I need to inform the school staff before I travel, and I must buy a re-entry permit before leaving the country. If I don't buy a re-entry permit, and I'm not sure what those cost, my education visa will be automatically canceled if I don't buy that. In some cases, you may not be allowed to apply for another education visa. So that's very important information. So I'm not planning on leaving the country while I'm on the education visa anyway. I'll travel around the country and visit places in Thailand that I haven't been to a lot. But if I needed to leave, emergency or whatever, I definitely need to get a re-entry permit before I leave. Class attendance. Immigration checks your attendance every time you extend your education visa. So at the class, they take a picture of the class before the class is over each day, and that's how they do attendance. And if you have too many absences, too many absences may result in education visa cancellation. So I have to make sure that I do my attendance on a regular basis. TM30. You must bring an updated TM30 each time you go to immigration. So the next time I go to immigration in 90 days, I'll need to take a new TM30 form. I'll need to do that anyway because I'll be moving, so I'll need a new one with a new address. It is the student's responsibility to apply and update your TM30. So most condos will do the TM30 for you. So if you're moving to Thailand and you're moving into a condo, check with the condo to see if they'll do the TM30 for you. If not, you'll have to do it yourself. 90-day report. You don't need to worry about this yet. After your first education visa extension, immigration will attach a white paper to your passport showing the due date for your 90-day report. You must do the report by yourself at immigration in person. You can ask our staff for the required documents. So there you have it. That's the factual stuff that you're going to need to know if you're going to get an education visa. Now, as far as any other visa is concerned, I'm sure there's similar things that are with this. There's probably other things that are different. So you're just going to have to check and figure out for yourself, if you're working with an agent or if you go with another school. Now, I'm at Sandee Thai Language School. And I've checked 5 different schools out. And if you want to do a different school, if you're interested in doing an education visa and learning the Thai language, check the school for the best school for you as far as, how the curriculum is set up, the classes, class size, the schedule, how many hours a day, how many days a week, the location, is it convenient to where you're going to live or where you do live? So there you go. Let me know in the comments below what you think. As always, like, share, and subscribe. This has been a fun trip, and I'll keep you updated on the next thing. So, the next step in this whole education visa, it'll be when I get my stamp. I'll let you know how that goes. That's the approval date on October 14th. So until then, as always, live life, my friend. Till next time, take care.